Right, and here we go again. Angelina, Sparkling Diva, and this reading is for October. Just general, and there's a few love cards in there as well, so there's all kinds of cards, and you can make your choice from these four that I've got for you. Let's see if I can lower it a little bit so you can see it a bit better. Sorry about the wobble. The first one is the Four of Keys, clearing the way. So this is about which card you feel most attracted to. So clearing the way, that one. You can just go for the image or the caption that's with it. Entirely up to you. Archangel Michael, Fated Meeting, and the Ascent. So which one appeals to you most? Now, don't go automatically for that one because you feel that looks so nice and you're thinking soulmate, twin flame, whatever. Doesn't mean to say that the reading is going to be about that or is going to be all that wonderful or whatever, you know? So really, don't choose. That's basically what I want to say to you. Don't choose from your ego. Choose from your heart. Use your intuition. And... well, then I'm going to start the reading. So that's 1, 2, 3, and number 4. Right, well, I'm trying a new setup with a different stand. Going to see if it works out or not. Otherwise, I'm never going to do it again. But what I do like is that you can now see these cute little swans that I put here. And the beautiful selenite one that, in the cards and stuff, and I like that. Anyhow, numbers 1, 4 of Keys, the Clearing the Way card. Chopping up that tree trunk that's in the way. That's where you want to go, right, to the house. And the glorious sunrise or sunset, but that tree trunk is in the way. But he's going to chop it up and work on it. So it's clearing. Let's see if the cards actually resonate with that. What we got here, we have the from the color therapy cards, cerise, cherry, basically. Live a special life. This is about. This color can open your heart, can help open your heart, and it's also about thinking more highly of yourself. So self-respect in that sense, self-worth, self-respect. So likely that is very important. And then from the Earth Wisdom Oracle, 2 cards came out for you. We have the Healing Grief and we have the Inspiration. And I must quickly check the double spiral, but there likely is still something going on for you. Grief, something, and you can get over that. You can heal from that by tapping into your inspiration, because then you'll feel better again. Then you can start to feel that spark again and feel happier. And let's see, there's also about balance. Because these 3 thingies in the snow is called the Arwen in Celtic, and that is the same as the yin yang symbol, basically. So it's also about balance, finding more balance, and you get that from by finding your inspiration, tuning into your heart and finding your passion, your inspiration again. Let's see that too, the double spiral. Yeah, this as well. The spiral on a forehead is graceful balance. So again, balance is important. You likely are still dealing with something that happened to you, and you still have to come into balance this month. And you do that by tapping into your inspiration and by opening your heart, thinking highly of yourself, thinking positive and good about yourself, respect yourself, love yourself, and that will help to get there. And this confirms that. This is the enchanted map. Spark, again, spark, that spark of life. Passion, pleasure, enjoyment. So all that is very important. And then here, what it is about more is the Wildwood Tarot, 2 cards. Then we have the Fulfillment card and we have the Mirror. And I feel that, again, kind of that coming together of these 2 paths here, right? So again, balance, knowing, leaving the old behind. balanced on the inside, so that it's whatever was split can now come together and you can move on again and find fulfillment. It's also the healing, the caduceus that's on there, healing from that grief. And with this, you can also see that that boat with a figure in it, yeah, right? And that's something painful that you had to let go of. And that could be related to a partner, an ex-partner, but also something else like a job or moving house or falling out with a friend. It can be anything, but it did upset you and it took you quite some time to get over that, and you're still doing that. You're still working on that this month. That's why it comes up. What is important is that I feel that very clearly with this reading, that you stop looking at it, that you really basically just decide to be done with it. Just decide that and just turn around, turn your back to it, towards it, and start moving forward. Stop focusing on it, because you likely have dealt with it for the most part, but you're still focusing on it. It's still active in your vibration, and you do that by still thinking about it. Maybe you're still talking about it. Whatever. If you need to do some clearing concerning whatever this is about, then do that. Maybe you also have to remove things in your house. Let's say this is about an ex-partner, a relationship that fell apart. If you then still have things that were given to you by that partner that mean the world to you still, then you're constantly reminded of that. So it could be helpful to remove these things and stop wearing them, stop having them in your home, on the walls or whatever. Doesn't mean you have to throw them away if you don't want that, but just at least put them away in a box or whatever. That sort of thing can actually help you to get on with it, to really make that decision to be done with it and to turn your back to it and let bygones be bygones, that sort of thing, to just leave it in the past where it belongs. So then you can get to that spark, that inspiration. I love this card. I so love that card. And then you get this. This also tells me you deserve better. You deserve better than just to be grieving and to be looking at that painful thing that happened. That it still doesn't make you feel good. If you look at it, if you think about it, if you talk about it, if you're reminded of it, and you're worthy, you're worth more than that. Don't do that to yourself. I do not mean you're worthy of more than whatever partner, whatever situation this is. I do not mean that. I mean you deserve better than to just spend so much time and suffer because of it. It's not necessary, I feel for you, mostly it's just really in the past. You're just sort of hanging on to it, so be done with that. And then we have an advice card from the angels and ancestors. Then we have spring, see your seeds grow. So again, turn away from what has gone, what has died, what has left or should leave your system, your life, and focus on the future. That's a similar thing that I get with this as well. Moving forward, right? Leaving the old behind and things coming together again into one path, and then you can start manifesting again and focus on the future. See your seeds grow of what you have planted, not planted, but sown then, right? And look at that, look forward to that. What's going to flower from these seeds? You have to really start looking forward into the future. And as when it comes to love cards, the romance angels, I have for you flirt and be playful, lighthearted, have fun, not just with men or women, if you are a man watching this, just in general, be more positive, be lighthearted, have fun, begin flirting again, and play, just feel playful and enjoy things again. And there is a little bit of a warning, advice. I'd rather say advice. To just really listen to your intuition. Really listen to your intuition and pay attention to signs and symbols. Possible red flags. Doesn't have to be red flags. It can be any kind of symbol, really, signal. Just pay heed to your intuition. but you really have to start looking towards the future more, and have more fun, and be more positive, and know that you are worth it, right? You're worth it. Start thinking higher of yourself, start thinking better of yourself. And like what that man is doing, get rid of that tree trunk on the road. Doesn't have to be there at all anymore. Just leave it in the past, just really seriously make that decision to stop looking at it and be done with it, because it's time for you to do that. So that's for you, numbers 1 for the month of October. Then I'm going to the numbers 2. We have Archangel Michael. Let me put these out of the way so I have a bit of space for the cards. Archangel Michael, beautiful card, wonderful colors. Then we have silver, be steadfast. Let me quickly look if there is not a message with that. That could be interesting. Hang about. It's not alphabetically sorted. It's not. It's always a little bit confusing. It's a color of peace and being steadfast. It helps to calm nervous stuff and tensions. It also gives clarity and increases your awareness. It can also help the process of healing. And it can be cleansing for the body, to rid it of stuff that has to do with stress. Yeah. And hormones as well. And it's very good for protection and grounding. So there's a lot to it. Also feminine energy, right? Silver is also feminine energy. Gold is masculine energy. Let's see what we have. Divine love. And then we have the... Would that work? Yeah, it does. Follow the leader card. And these two. These I'm going to leave for in a minute. Right. Divine love. And this actually says that there's a lot of roses here. It's an eternal symbol of love, right? Unconditional love. And I can't remember which crystal that was. I have to quickly have a look, because each of these cards have a flower and a crystal on them as well. And but the crystals usually are not really very clear what it's supposed to be. This is supposed to be rose quartz, to amplify compassion, kindness, and love. Yeah, and divine love. It basically says that it's easier to deal with difficult situations if you can step into love, into the vibration of love and compassion. And it is easier to do that if you have felt what that is like, right? That's logical. If you've never felt love or compassion, you don't know what it's like and how to step into that vibration. But the message for you with this is that you have to tap into your connection, your divine love connection with yourself and your higher self and spirit, because then it's easier to deal with any problems. That's what this is basically telling you. And likely you do indeed have some stress, tensions going on in your life, because the silver card speaks of that as well. And we have Archangel Michael, which is all about protection, shielding and protection, and helping you. Also, you can also call on Archangel Michael to help cleanse you, to help release negative things from your system, from your energy system, but also from your body. So this, I do think for you there is going to be some tension, stress, anxiety stuff going on, and then it's really important to remember that you have to just try to feel that love. Even though you might be stressed or anxious or whatever, your connection with your true self, with your divine being and spirit, source, God, whatever you want to call it, if you can tap into that, it will become easier. It will not go away then, right, if there's problems going on, but then it will become easier, and then it will also become a lot easier to deal with any kind of problems. As opposed to when you're all stressed out and angry, or right. here I see that as well, that there is some stuff going on. You need rest, you need a break, and you need to deal with things. This is the devil card, the guardian. You need to deal with stuff. You have to face things. You have to face the music, kind of. Stuff that's going on in your life that isn't pleasant. Maybe you've been trying to avoid that for quite some time. And I get a feeling that that's what you've been doing, that you've been trying to avoid that, deal with it. And now you can't do that any longer. You have to. You will have to deal with it if you want to move on again. Otherwise, you're going to stay in this place for a real long time if you don't do that. But you do need rest. It is going to take time. You do need rest. Maybe you are physically exhausted as well. Maybe if you chose this, maybe you are going through a burnout. That is entirely possible. I do think for a number of you that is the case, that you are going through a burnout. And the follow the leader. Now, I always thought, that's why I'm checking it, it also speaks of that there have been problems, but that because of these problems that you have learned a lot and you have gained an awful lot of wisdom because of that. And because of that wisdom, you can now help other people. You can be a leader to other people. You can lead by example. That's what this card is about, the follow the leader card. So even though it might have been very difficult, and maybe it's also that you think like all that suffering and all that shit was for nothing, but it never is. It never is. Usually we learn the most from the most difficult things, the hardest, most painful things in life. But yeah, you do still have to deal with this. You still have to deal with that. It will take time with the 4 of arrows, and you need rest. And I do feel mostly physical rest, time out, a break. But you need to deal with it. You have to face the music, and there's nothing to be afraid of. You know, a lot of people are afraid of the devil card, but there is nothing really to be afraid of. Not at all. It's not like you're going to get eaten or anything, you know. It's just your own fear that is keeping you from going in there, in that cave that's behind the bear's skeleton. There's nothing really to be afraid of. So let's see the advice card. Yeah, trust the unknown. It's hang about. Oh, I thought that was my phone, but it was my alarm. I have to go out later on. My car needs its MOT. But anyhow, this was the advice card. It's just about, you have to trust the unknown. So do things if you can, if you feel like it. But know that you do not need to know, you do not have to know the outcome per se. Just trust. And also get a higher perspective. Get a higher perspective, like that eagle. Just know that everything is okay. This is masculine energy. This is the masculine energy of the divine, which then is, of course, about, well, action, undertaking, decisions, right? But really just trust. And really, you can take steps. Believe in yourself as well. Yeah, you have to take action to do that. You have to take action to do that. And know that this is also going to come out of it. Likely already has. Because of whatever it is that you need to face, what you fear. The wisdom that you can gain by going there, by facing these skeletons in the closet, dealing with fears or things, whatever it is that you fear, will bring you great wisdom. And with that, you can help other people again. Yeah, I know it's a bit vague, but I do hope you that it resonates and that you know exactly what it's about. I do feel a lot of you are just exhausted, are seriously exhausted. Burnout, that's what I get. But love yourself. Feel that. Don't get depressed. Don't feel miserable or anything, or frustrated or angry. Really try to connect with your higher self, with God, with compassion, with love, because then it becomes a lot easier if you can do that, and it gets really, really easier. Let's see your love cards, what we have there. Past life relationship healing, family issues. So when it comes to love, then there is someone that you have known before. Maybe you are in a relationship, or you're going to meet someone that you have known before is also possible. Can be very intense connection with someone, because it is a past life relationship, but there is still, with the healing family issues, your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. It could be that because our parents, how they were as a parent, but also as a couple, have a lot of influence on who we choose as a partner, what kind of relationships we attract into our lives. So maybe there's something there for you to look at, but this can also mean that maybe there is a family pattern, for instance, like always falling for unavailable men. Or men that cheat or whatever, these patterns. Sometimes you see that women in a family all have that same thing going on, and for men it can also be something like that, of course, if you're a man. But this is also about low self-esteem. It can also be that, self-esteem issues. So there is also in the area of love, there is something going on there. There is something going on. I do get a feeling that a number of you are actually seeing someone or in a relationship. Yeah. So, yeah. I hope it wasn't too vague, that it does mean something to you. And then I'm going to move on to numbers 3. Thank you for watching. Numbers 3, we have the fated meeting. And the color we have is... chestnut brown is what it says. Ground yourself, so that is important, to ground yourself. And then we have the blessed sight card and the wide open card. Put that there. And then we have the 2 tarot cards. Let's see if you can still see these 2. This is really getting used to for me, this setup. Like, I have to check whether you can see the cards or not. Then we have the King of Cups, the Heron, and the 8 of Arrows, which is swords, is struggle. And I will check first that card to see what crystals and flowers are. This is about soothing, calming, because there's lavender there. Let's see, 28. I can never remember what. I think it's kunzite, whatever. No, rhodochrosite. See, that's why I have to look it up, because you can't tell. It's pink, right? Blessed sight. The lavender is about soothing, right? It soothes the mind, the soul, and emotions, and it calms you down. And when you calm down, it's much easier to have a clear view, to have clarity. That's what the blessed sight is also kind of based on. And rhodochrosite is a lovely stone that increases inner strength. It increases inner strength. That's nice to know, because here we have the struggle card and also limiting beliefs and feeling stuck. So the inner strength is important, but rhodochrosite is also a heart chakra crystal. Love has to do with love as well. And this is basically speaking of being able to see the big picture. And because then if you can see the big picture of something, of a situation, then you can also see what the lessons are in that situation. So in a way, it's almost similar to what came up with the other set, actually, but it's still slightly different. Like it says, engaging your divine sight, that is having the bigger picture, seeing the bigger picture, right? Allows the blessing of calm understanding, which helps bring things back into balance. So that, yeah, there's also this need for balance, calming yourself, soothing with the lavender, inner strength, working on inner strength with the rhodochrosite, grounding with that card. And I somehow get a sense with these two that you don't believe in yourself. That you, for some reason or other, do not believe in yourself. Whatever this pertains to, which will be different as it is not a personal reading. But it is okay for you to be seen. You know, you can climb on top of that mountain and just stand there in the spotlight and be seen. And it's okay. You're going to be fine. You can handle this. You can do this. Believe in yourself. You got this. You got you. And you're going to do, I feel a number of you are going to do something. But you're very nervous about it. You're very, very, stressed out, anxious. Almost just as an example, okay? Just the kind of thing that you'd get if you had a gig and you had to go on stage, right? Then you really, really want to do that. Otherwise you wouldn't do it. But beforehand, you're going to be extremely nervous and stressed out. That kind of feeling, that's what I kind of get. It's something you really want and really can do, but it stresses you out because you don't believe you can do it, that you don't believe in yourself, but you can do it. And in a way you do know that as well. It's really kind of odd. I just feel that now. And that's why it is important for you to ground yourself and to work on inner strengths. Just believe in yourself. See the bigger picture, whatever is going on. Maybe you can even use lavender oil, for instance, to soothe and calm yourself, to deal with stress if you have any stress or anxiety. And this as well, this is the not believing in yourself. The Eight of Swords normally, right? Struggle. But you got it. With the King of Cups, you got it. You can do it. You got you. You got you. You really got you. And then we have this card from the angels and ancestors, the trader. Exchange energy to create abundance. I so love this card. I think it's one of the prettiest ones in the deck, and they're all beautiful, they're all gorgeous. But look at this man. It's as if it's a photograph. It's absolutely stunning card. Exchange energy to create abundance. Well, if you maybe feel that you are not getting anything, it's not working out, then you can look at what you can give to get things going again. It's kind of like the law of attraction, that you mustn't give in order to get. You must give because you feel like it, because you love it, because it feels good. Let me see what the caption is in the book. Make connections and exchange information, talents and support. If you're frustrated because something isn't unfolding in your life, instead of asking yourself what you can get, ask yourself what you can give. And that's not necessarily about financial stuff, right? It can be anything. Allow yourself to be open, honest and vulnerable. This can prepare you to open up to even greater opportunities in the coming months, because this is for October, in the coming months. Yeah. This is it speaks of the law of cause and effect. That the universe always tries to balance everything. No, it doesn't try to do that. It does actually do that. And that if you are lacking in the feelings of abundance right now, then you are being invited to share your time, your gifts, and your understanding with other people. So in a way, yeah, I hope you can do something with that. I hope you can make you can make sense of that. You can't say that, can you? But I hope it makes sense to you. It's about giving from the heart, doing stuff from the heart. And if that has to do with you, like being on stage doing something, and it's not that. That was just an example, all right? It's just an example. But do it from the heart. Whatever it is, do it from the heart. Really, really do it from the heart. See how his hand is on his heart? Yes, he's selling. Yes, he wants to make a profit because he has to make a living. He's got bills to pay as well, right? And he also is entitled to having abundance. We all are. Everyone is. So it's not okay. It's not wrong. Nothing wrong with it to ask money for something and to want to make a profit and to lead a good life. There's nothing wrong with that as long as you do it from the heart, with passion, with love, with care. And you must be that way now, this month, for yourself mostly, I think. To calm yourself, to soothe yourself, and know that you got you. You can handle it. Whatever it is you want to do, you got you. I wonder what it is you want to do, have to do, if that resonates with you. And the love cards, then we have the romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. So it's very positive cards and give your relationship a chance. Now I had something earlier on with this. Oh, hang about. This is the this one. Yeah, the fated meeting. Unreal. This has to do with whatever it is that you want to do. The example that I gave, maybe you wanted to go on stage and do something. This has to do with that. It's a fated meeting. It's fated and you're nervous about that. But you can do it. You got you. You really can do it. And this is not necessarily about a twin flame, soulmate, whatever, about love. It doesn't have to be. Can be, doesn't have to be. It can also be about work or anything else. Family, whatever. It can be anything. That is a coming together in even with a job, then it's you coming together with a job, right? So think in the broadest sense of the word. It's a fated meeting. You really are to do this. And I feel you really, really want to do it, but you're just so nervous because you don't believe enough in yourself. But you got you can do it, and tap into your heart and do it from the heart. You will succeed as well. You will succeed. And then feel like that. Yes, I done it. With the love relationship, give your relationship a chance. Now, I had a thingy earlier on concerning that one, and I completely lost it now. But whatever it is, just go by this advice that's on there. Give it a chance, right? Give it a chance. Work on your relationship, partnership. If there is someone there, just give it a chance because, well, your feelings are real and worth exploring. They're worth exploring. So give it a chance. Explore it, right? So this is your reading. Then I'm going to the number 4. I'm going to get myself a drink first. Right, the last one, number 4, the Ascent. For you, we have Cyan. Work on your self-confidence. Grace 14 is this is about often being your own worst critic and judging yourself. And basically, the message of that is that you shouldn't do that. Rue, we have Rue, and that's also about that. The message of Rue is encourages self-acceptance and bring back things into harmony. So self-acceptance, not judging yourself. This is Kanzite, I think Kanzite, I'm not certain. So build self-confidence, don't judge yourself, don't be so critical when it comes to you and yourself. And we have the coming to life. I'm going to put that here for now. I think you can still see these. And the tarot cards we have got for you is the, I'll move these over there, the Stag, which is the Justice card. Again, justice, judgment, justice. And the Ancestor, normally the Hierophant card in tarot. And yeah, what I feel is this again being more neutral when it comes to yourself. Don't judge yourself so harshly. Have a more neutral perspective when it comes to you, when you look at yourself, and believe in yourself more. Trust yourself. Believe in yourself. And this is a very deep card. Listen to your soul. Don't judge. See who you really truly are, the beauty of who you truly really are. This is you. This is your soul calling to you by beating that drum. Listen to that. And with the knight, we have the knight from the angels and ancestors. And again, that speaks of justice. That card brings justice. So if you're longing for justice, then the message is that the universe is working to bring everything back into order. And it is telling you that you do not have to force things by willpower or by anything, by your will. And if you made any mistakes, then it is important that you take ownership of that. And because then you can align again with yourself, with your true self, and with the situation. And this is so beautiful with that card. If you are feeling the need to defend your spiritual path, then let the spiritual path defend you. Then let it protect you, not defend you, protect you. And that's what this is about as well. Going deep within to yourself, to your true you. And don't fight, don't struggle, don't resist. You don't have anything to prove. Take ownership if you've done anything wrong. Just admit to it, and that's fine. Then it's all good. Then you can come to this, to coming to life. You can shed that, leave it all behind. And then you can just blossom and move to the light again that you can see there, that she's holding. And do it with love. That's why there's the rose there. It was put there for a reason, right? And because there's also a tear rolling over his cheek. So it doesn't have to come with force. But stop judging yourself. There's no need. Maybe you did something that wasn't all that nice, and you're now judging yourself, blaming yourself, feeling guilty over it, whatever. And you don't have to. Just take responsibility for it, but don't be so harsh. And if it's something else, not that you've done anything wrong, you do not remember that. That feels very, very powerful, that you do not have to force it. The universe will sort it out. It's like the universe will take care of it. Bring back things into balance. That's also with this card, the Justice card. Justice will prevail, so to speak, but you don't have to do it. The universe will take care of it. So if someone else hurt you, upset you, and hurt you, let it go. Let it go. In love. Like the warrior with the rose. Let it go. Alright? And then you have to connect with who you really are and cleanse yourself almost, because you have to step through that portal of these two birches. It always feels like a portal to me, because that's where your soul is waiting, the real you. Don't get stuck into anger, frustration, hatred, or whatever because of what was done to you. It will be taken care of, but you do not have to do it. All right. And then when it comes to love, then let your friends help you, and forgiving and learning. So, this is all in October. What's going down in October. So I don't think there's going to be anything much happening concerning love in October for you. I do feel that has to do with the rest of the message. I think that has to do, the rest of the message had to do mostly with relationship. Something went wrong or whatever. So there is forgiving and learning and healing for yourself. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. But that is not going to be with a new partner or a partner just yet, I don't think, for most of you. You still have to heal. And that has a lot to do with you not trying to force things. Don't try to get revenge or try to make... to bring justice to a situation. Let it go, let it go, let it go. It will be taken care of. You don't have to do it. It will just get you out of whack and get you away from love. And that's what you have to take care of right now. You have to come back into balance with who you are and with your love and your compassion, with your purity, your soul. Don't let that get tainted. Right, and that's what this is about as well. Rise above it. Just rise above it. Ascend. Stand on top of that mountain. Shine your light. Be in the light, not in the dark here. Don't let it affect you and your beauty and who you really are. Wow, this is deep, guys. So you're going through quite something in October still. But you now know how to deal with it. Don't get sucked into it. Rise above it and stay above it. So this was your reading, and I've done it in one recording. Alrighty, thank you for watching, and I'd love to read your feedback in the comment sections. If you liked it, please then give me these thumbs, and if it didn't resonate, well, then you can also tell me, you can't win them all. And thank you for watching, and I'll be back again soon. I'm wishing you a wonderful month anyway of October, right? Bye bye.